So, after the grid is done, I often start with this little semicircular shape, like a little petal. This is not the grid that we did in the past video. This is going to become a phone case design. And you can see that when marking the degrees, I skipped the middle because normally I like to do a drawing or a little painting inside. I am going to take turns between shapes here, but you can make a full circular mandala or with the pointy leaf-like shape like I'm gonna use soon, or any other shape you want to do it anyways. I'm not gonna do the full circle, otherwise the video is gonna stay way too long. So I'm going to use where the mandala, the little petals get together to start my leaf-like shape. I did in the right direction, so my hand is covering the drawing, but I believe you can get it. I like to use a pencil or a mechanical pencil before I use the pens, but you can do it directly in pen, no problem. So use the circles as base and top, and the straight lines, the angles as to measure the size of the shapes you're doing, so your mandala will be as symmetrical as possible, because handmade mandalas hardly ever or never will be perfect. So now I use the point of the last shapes to be the base of my circular shape. This is real-time video. I wanted you to see how long it takes to make a mandala, and this is like the basic. The details come inside afterwards, and the painting, so you need some patience. That's why some people use it as meditation. And well, depending on the pattern you're using, you also need a lot of attention. Obviously, I'm doing the easiest one I can think of, but some patterns are pretty time and attention consuming. So now I'm repeating the leaf-like. As I said, I'll take turns between these shapes, but soon I'm gonna make something a little bit different, because as this mandala is gonna be small, and you can see that the shapes start growing, I want to keep them as small as possible. You'll see in a minute what I mean. So around this, I'll do a circle, a full circle that is gonna be with a thicker pen. You're gonna see in a minute. Sometimes I just do like a full-on stripe of just black or whatever color. I want to like start from the beginning again, like I'm doing a new mandala. Now I'm gonna restart with my half circle, but see, I go back to do smaller shapes. If I would just follow how I was doing, the shape would be much bigger right now. and I want the most I can do of the mandala visible when I applied in the phone case. So I started doing smaller ones again. Um, it gives me more details, and when it's painted, this part will be more visible than if I did big ones. If you want to see this mandala complete, you can follow me on my Instagram account. I also have some mandalas uploaded there, and I have some geometrical ones, which I think sometimes, most times, it's my favorite to do. My first mandala was like that. My first mandala, actually, I just have like um, 8 angles because I didn't have a compass or anything actually at the time. I did with Tupperware covers, and it's really nice. It's one of my favorites on my wall right now. You can also just leave it without any details. You can just paint it as it is. Well, you can erase the lines, of course, before, and then paint the different layers with different colors or gradients or um, whatever you want, really. But I like to do really detailed mandalas. Now I'm gonna do the leaf shape again. Oh, now I show that you can do like circles again in different ways, like from the middle of these circles or going even longer. But I'm gonna do the leaf shape again from the line where the two semicircles meet. Then I'm gonna do like less and less around the mandala, otherwise the video is gonna take really long. But you pretty much just continue taking turns between circles and leaves leaves until your paper, you well, not your paper is gone, but your marking is gone. Now I even consider doing like a small circle in the middle. Like I go to make it, and then I decided to make a bigger one to keep it simple, as I said. See how I use these little squares that the circles and the straight lines make to keep the symmetry. Oh, this one I got it wrong, but I do that actually many times because I want to, and both sides, and then I paint inside that area like the same shape but in two different sizes, and I paint the area between them with the darker color is really nice. And then now we're gonna use the pens, and well, first I erase the smaller one, but I may do that. I started with a 0.1 because this one is really small. It was really zoomed in. My favorite is a 0.4 pen, any 0.4 pen. There it is. Now I'm using a simple Stabilo one. You can use whatever pen you have around, like seriously, whatever. Now I use a 1.2 uniball pen to not need to make it more than once. When I have just finer pens, I do it like several times around to make it thicker. And for the rest, I think I use a 0.8. I like some variations if the drawing is getting bigger. And that's it. You color however you want, and you're pretty much done.